Good morning, DXN. Yes, this is me, DG, your host. Of course, I look different because there's no beard today. And today's episode is actually the first episode. Why? Because it's in English. It's not in Tamil, so you don't need to on your subtitle or no need. Tak payah. So it's going to be in English. And today's episode is actually a sharing session. I think this is going to be the first live podcast in Facebook that we are going to do a sharing session. And today's guest is actually a very important guest all the way from Melbourne, but she was born here in Malaysia, brought up in Australia. Her name is Nityasrii, and she has actually gone through a lot of challenges in terms of health this year. I'm going to invite her, and today's session may be a bit emotional, maybe a bit not much of fun because it's about serious matter. I will try to make it as fun as possible to not make you guys, very serious. And so, without further ado, I would like to invite our guest for today. Hello, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm good. Good morning to
So,
you.
this is Nityasrii.
Nityasrii, yes.
Okay,
You can call me
so-
Nityas or whatever works.
Nitya.
Yeah.
Okay, Nitya is fine. Usually, when I do my podcast, because it's in Tamil,
Mhm.
so I always say Kali Vanakkam.
Oh, Kale Vanakkam.
So-
Kale Vanakkam, everyone.
So so today's podcast is going to be in English, and this is Nitya from Australia, Melbourne.
Yes,
Right.
it's Melbourne.
Question: Is this your first podcast?
Yes, it is.
Is this
Quite
the
nervous.
first time in front of the camera?
Yeah, I could say.
Really?
I could say, yeah.
You've not done it before? I mean, in school? No, not
No,
before?
I mean, nothing that don't show up anyone apart from
So
my teacher.
I'm actually honored to actually have you here today.
I'm honored to be here. Thank you.
And to have the opportunity to talk to you, to get your experience, to share your story. People want to listen to stories, huh? So we're going to do some storytelling today.
Yeah.
Now, so let me stop talking, and I would like you to talk more. Maybe you could introduce yourself. I told them that you were born in Malaysia.
Yes,
So-
I'm born in Malaysia. Good morning, everyone. My name is Nityasrii. I am from JB, Malaysia, but I was born in JB, Malaysia, but raised in Melbourne, Australia. But by the time I was 1, we moved there. So I grew up there. I grew up in Australian society, know more about Australia than Malaysia, even though I obviously love Malaysian culture and want to learn more about it. So I have come to Malaysia to see my family and to see the DXN tour and Kanatama, and obviously for the interview to talk to you guys.
How young are you?
Yeah, I'm 18 years old.
Okay, so
I'm
she's
a high school
18.
graduate. Yeah, I just finished high school last month,
Right.
and hope to go to uni soon.
And so, which country do you prefer, Malaysia or Australia?
Ooh, it depends. It depends. If it's-
Depends on the
if-
food. Depends on the
Yeah,
people.
if
or
it's food, it has to be Malaysia.
Malaysia. What's your
Has to-
favorite food in Malaysia?
I have to say mee goreng. I
Mee
love
goreng,
mee
huh?
goreng. I love mee goreng so much. It's just
What
Malaysia.
about do
Feels
you
like
get mee
home.
goreng in Australia? Unless your parents
It's
do so.
very. My mom cooks it for me. It's very different there, though. It's not as accessible. Malaysian food is something we yearn for there. It's not because it is a multicultural country. We see a lot of different cultures, and society is quite different. But the thing with Malaysian society, no matter what, it still feels like home to me.
Right.
So yeah.
They still look at you as a foreigner.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, in Australia, even because I am an immigrant, I can be seen as a foreigner there. And in here, in Asia, I can be seen as a foreigner as well because, well, I don't know
You
Malay.
speak, right.
Yeah, I speak English, and
So you tak boleh cakap bahasa Melayu.
I got none of that. I got none.
That's okay. Since our podcast today is going to be in English, so
Yeah.
that's fine. No worries. Maybe if you want subtitle in Malay, then you can actually do it there.
Yeah.
So, so let's go into deeper conversation. The reason you are here.
Yes.
So she's going to share with us her story
Yeah.
and what you've gone through. So tell me, I was told that you had some health condition,
Yes, I
right?
do.
That you this year.
This year, yeah.
So tell me more about what
Yes,
you had to.
definitely. So this year, February began around February. It is the most important year of my school life. So I was hoping to do a lot more, but in February I started getting quite a lot of abdominal pains. My diet was changing, loss of appetite, and I was noticing a few different things about my body. But suddenly one day I got like quite bad cramps and I had to go to emergency. So it was in a supermarket. I just completely couldn't walk. I had so much pain, I couldn't move, and I had no idea what it was. And as a woman, obviously, you'd expect it to be related to dysmenorrhea, something like that. But it started there, and slowly my health conditions started getting more weak and weak. I experienced mainly my main issue was abdominal pain, and what I had heard was I had kept getting vomiting as a pain response. I know this is a lot of information, too much information, but I feel like it's better to go over the stigma and be honest about it.
Correct.
Because
I
there's
think people should know the actual fact.
yeah, there's probably someone watching this that might be going through a hard time with their health as well. And it got to the point where I couldn't walk from my pain. I couldn't eat regularly. I wasn't drinking water, lost of appetite, rapid weight loss, and I suffered from nausea on a daily basis. It got to the point where I couldn't go to school. I couldn't leave the house. I had to have my mom help me walk to even the bathroom, to my room, to the kitchen. My health just kept getting worse and worse. And the thing is, we went to emergency. We went to emergency every time because the most difficult part was seeing my family. They struggled a lot with my condition because I'm the youngest daughter. Obviously, I have been given the most love and care in the family. My sisters, my parents, they struggled more than me, I see, because I struggled with my health. They struggled with their heart. They struggled with watching me be that way. It was just difficult. And my mom, who's sick, whenever she's sick, I'd look after her, but it got to the point she had to look after me every day. This continued for around it was very till like 4 months, 5 months that it kept going. So around June or August of like going to the hospital, seeing the GP daily, barely going to school. It mainly affected my studies, and I had there was a lot of confusion because the diagnosis was very difficult to get to. We didn't have a stable diagnosis. We didn't have the full idea of what my condition was.
So they didn't actually give you a proper diagnosis like this is what and this is what
yes,
you're supposed to do.
Exactly. It's mainly I feel like it's because women's health is very rather than underdeveloped, it's under researched. There's a lot of stigma around women's health, and people generally tend to lean towards one way, and there's a lot of people hold back when they want to get to know about it. A lot of women just hold it in within themselves. So with knowing that, when I had explicitly opened up about my issue, it's not that people didn't want to help me, it's that they struggled and they couldn't. The lack of research in the world. It's just it really left us in a state of confusion because we were not sure of how this was going to go. We were in distress. We were upset because I was not functioning like a regular person anymore.
And this started this year.
This started this year.
No symptoms.
No symptoms. Nothing before. I had like some. It was just a rough cycle. But that's considered the norm.
Right.
People struggle to realize that's not the norm, but I didn't see that as a normal thing, to be honest. But when it started getting worse, you just had to research more. You just had to do more.
Is there any particular reason why did this happen, like food or?
No idea. It happened very sudden. It happened very sudden. That's the thing. Life is unpredictable, and so is your health. You never know when your body is going to change because every human body is different. Every person is different. Their life is different. So the thing is, it was unpredictable. We had no idea what it was. Just suddenly popped up. kept getting worse, and we didn't know what to do.
And you were talking about struggle at home, right?
Yeah,
What about at school? Because I remember you said that you didn't go to school much, and or the society is surrounding you. No, society is the one always bring you up, and the other one who always bring you down.
Yes, exactly.
So talk to me your struggle that
My
you.
struggles. I was, to be honest, I can say I'm a lucky person because every place I went, whether that be the doctors at the hospital, the teachers at my school, my friends, other students. I was working as a tutor at my school with my students who I had to unfortunately leave because I was not able to be at school. And also like my family, my extended family, and practitioners. Every single person showed me empathy and understanding because my life was so altered. I was in a different state. I became a different person almost. So I was lucky enough that my friends, they would help me with my studies. They'd send me notes, send me lesson plans. My teachers would communicate with me every day, and they'd let me know about how class was going, how school was going, because their year 12, which is what I study at 18, is your most important year. Because in Melbourne, as if anyone that's Australian is watching this, you get something called an ATAR, which is your score, which determines which uni you go to, how you are.
Right.
You can also choose not to in different parts, but for me, it was the most important year, but I was not there 80% of the time because I was unable to. So I was lucky enough that the doctors at the hospital, they showed the most empathy they could. My family took care of me 24/7.
Right.
Whether that be helping me at 2 a.m. to get to medicine or like go to the bathroom, or because I couldn't walk. I
Like,
had to have
someone has to
someone had to
carry
help
you.
me walk.
Oh,
Yes,
really?
someone had to help me walk because if I'm in pain, I kept vomiting, struggled to walk. It was completely different. And I was lucky enough to have been shown a lot of understanding, a lot of care, and a lot of love because I had special consideration with my studies and I had a lot of care for my family. It wasn't a matter of feeling stigma and feeling put down. It was more a matter of me feeling like I was not able to do it. The only person that really like would have had to put me down was myself because
You feel helpless.
yeah, you feel helpless, and I didn't have confidence. I was at times like, is this ever going to end? Am I ever going to get a solution? Is this how my life is going to be? Yeah, so everything was different. Just
How,
it was
how,
the
how did
same thing.
your parents took it? How did they
They
support you?
they took it. They took it. It was the most difficult for them because my mom, she'd look after me every day. She'd
Were they
cook for me
working?
every
I mean,
day.
both of
My
them?
mother's not working. My mom is a homemaker, but my dad my dad works. He takes part in business and stuff as well. So my mom looks after the home, looks after us, and but she's still an independent and progressive person. So she was willing to. Her and my dad, they were both willing to go to whatever extent for me because they didn't want to. I was lucky enough that they're progressive enough to not want to put down the fact that I was struggling from something a woman would only struggle
Right.
from.
And it's not easy for the parents to see their own child struggling, right?
It was so difficult hearing my parents cry themselves to sleep sometimes. It was every day my dad comes back from work, the first thing he asks is, how's my daughter been? How's she going? What happened today? My mom wakes up in the middle of the night, and even she just checks up on me. The first thing she thinks of in the morning is, what should I make to cook for her? What should I do with her medicine? Do we need to go to the hospital today? Can she go to school? Should I bring her teachers? Had to circulate their whole life around me, and I felt like a burden, but they felt like that's what they had to do to protect me because they're parents.
Right.
They prioritize their children. It was the same with my sisters. My sisters, they're like my third and fourth parents. They were my entire family had struggled.
I think it's very important to have a supportive
Exactly.
during hard times, right?
Not everyone is blessed to have that, and I just pray that every person that goes through something, they will have some form of a support system. I had an amazing support system, which is what even brought me here to talk and walk around and be happy and go to a different country and come do an interview with you.
Right.
So yeah, I was lucky enough to have a very good support system, but I was in so much struggle. I was not lucky enough to not be able to see their struggle as well.
Did you actually go to the hospital every day or once a week, or
I had
what's the routine?
We had a general practitioner who I was not able to leave the house and go to the hospital, but due to the pandemic, there was a system called telehealth in Melbourne. So telehealth is by the phone, by on the phone, on call. You can call your doctor and get to know about a prescription. And if it gets a bit too serious, if it's something they can't recognize, they call you over. The thing is, I had to be on telehealth every day. I had to call my general practitioner every day, and I'd have to get an MC every day. Have to get a diagnosis every day. I'd have to experiment with my medicine every day because we didn't know what was going on. The hospital, if I went to the emergency department 5 times in 7 months, in the span of 7 months, because every time we went, it was because we didn't know what was going on.
Right.
It was very difficult, but it was mainly because my pain was excruciating, and it was countless hours I had to spend with my mom in the hospital. It was a lot of dismay, a lot of distress, and I just at those times I prayed that that time would end for me and no one else would have to go through that. So yeah.
Being a teenager,
Yes.
18 years old,
Yeah.
to go through this struggle, how did you actually feel? I mean, like, your friends are running around, playing
Yes.
stuff, doing activities, going for a movie, here and there,
Yeah.
but you at home. Well, for me personally, I find it a bit hard to stay at home for 7 days.
Yes.
Maybe,
Yeah.
during COVID, we all had
Yeah.
to be locked down. So, your age, somebody's out running. How did you feel? What was your feeling at that point in time? Is it like, well, this is the end of my life?
Yeah. I
Talk to
felt
me your feeling.
it was so distressing. It felt like I was a different person. It felt like I was a different generation. I felt very lonely at times because all my friends, even though they check up on me all the time, they'd go places, they'd have fun, they'd study together. Even like I didn't even have that luxury. It seemed to go out and study together, study with a different person, to be able to sit up at a desk and study. I couldn't even look at screens because I had nausea, and it felt so like I'm totally alone. It felt like I'm a lonely person at times because everyone's life was completely different. I wasn't seeing anyone live like me, and it felt so cooped up at home because I was at home for such a long period of time. It was just, yeah, I'm so glad I don't have to go through that again. But yeah, it was very difficult being in the same place. You feel like you're not going anywhere.
Yeah,
I
correct.
feel like everyone's moving on, everyone's achieving things, everyone's going somewhere, and they know their mindset. They have an idea. Oh, I want to do this. I want to do that. My only want was to recover.
Right.
My only want was to become better. It became so that my life was revolved around my sickness. Even as a teenager, though, as a woman, a Gen Z woman, I obviously want to live my life differently. I want to, go forward. I want to be independent. I want to have a job. I want to study more. I want to study further. But I couldn't do that at the time. I didn't want my life to revolve around my sickness. So it was that willpower that got me through.
Did you did it cross your mind that you want to give up, or,
Yes.
or
Yes.
do you have that struggle in you that no, whatever it is, I'm going to survive? And what was your feeling at that point of time?
It was at times I wanted to give up. I'm a human too, I guess.
Yeah.
Every person out there. After a point, I wanted to give up. I wanted to just stop this. I just wanted to pray to God and just be like, just take this away from me. I don't know what to do. I lived my life at home. Just don't stop the pain.
Right.
I couldn't do it. And you get stuck at a point of life when you have no friction and you're not going forward. You tend to want to give up. You tend to think there's no point of putting effort, because I've been putting effort for months and it wasn't going anywhere. But what pushed me forward, what really pushed me forward, was the people around me.
Right. Right.
My friends who all texted me every day wanting to get to know how I was, wanting to get to know, oh, can you come back to school? Or do you want notes? Have you been? If you're feeling unwell, I don't know, we can like a Zoom call,
Right.
go on FaceTime, watch a movie.
You know,
But-
I was
Yeah.
having a conversation with someone yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, in Thailand, Hanya, there was a flood,
Yes.
and a friend of mine was actually, the house got gone with
gosh.
water and everything. So she was actually telling me something that during hard times, there's a time you know whether the people, the good ones stay with you, the bad one goes away.
Exactly.
Did that happen to you?
Yeah, it did. There was a lot of people who I realized if I stopped putting the effort, it wasn't that I stopped putting the effort, it's that I couldn't put the effort. When I stopped putting the effort, it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same connection that I had with them. I felt like I was. That's when I realized that we had one-sided friendships. But that's when I realized that there's so many people that I wanted to appreciate more. There was people who I hadn't talked to for years because they're in Malaysia. I'm over here. It's mainly like, oh, happy birthdays, have you been?
Yeah.
They were supporting for me every day. My grandma, who's in Malaysia here, she was praying for me every day. She was calling every day. My the Ayurvedic practitioner that I met, Yogeswari, she called me every day. She would check up on me every day.
Right.
She'd get, and like all my friends, they
We will talk about her later. On the second
sorry
part.
about that. Sorry.
No,
about that.
no problem.
Yeah, just mainly my family stood by my side. They supported me till the end, and my friends, teachers, everyone. I had very good support. I had more people that I gained than lost. So all those few friendships, like the 3 friendships I lost, was nothing for me.
Yeah.
It was
No,
just
actually, sometimes things happen for a reason.
yes,
To know who is with you,
yeah,
your circle of people, circle of friends, who are those toxic people,
yes,
who
definitely.
are those giving you a positive energy.
Yeah,
I think it's very important for people surrounding you to give you a boost. And here, you're sitting here now today,
yeah.
looking great and doing this interview. We'll have a short break, but before we have a
Yeah.
break, we'll see if there's any comments from our members.
Good morning.
Gildan Dan Shah, good morning, DXN. Deva Sharma, good morning, brother. Good morning. Kubera, Infinity, good morning, DXN. As, good morning, As.
Good morning.
Good morning, DXN.
From Mexico. Good
Mexico.
morning.
Dr. Pawan, how are you? Good morning. Ram Shankar, good morning. Namaste. Anamo, good morning. Chilaga Krishnan, wow, hi.
Hi.
Shamhan Sam, good morning, DXN Sabir from DXN Samalati. All right, so we'll go for a quick break and we will continue with the interesting part.
Yeah.
Right, welcome back to our first episode of English podcast and the sharing session. So today we've got Nitya from Melbourne, Australia. She was born in Johor, and she has some challenges in the health condition which she was going through. Her challenge, how she felt, and the entire thing which made her a stronger person.
Thank
You know,
you.
she's very she's been inspiring a lot of people out there. And today this podcast is to inspire all of you. And please do share this podcast with whoever that you feel that you want to do so. Now, my next second half topic will, this is the most important part where I think all of you are waiting for, which is the DXN. So the DXN story. So tell me, so you've been going to the hospital, you've been taking medicine, nothing worked
I
at
mean,
all, slight improvement.
slight improvement. It was temporary. It was
Right.
nothing permanent. So it was always temporary. People trying, it was trial and error because uh, I'm not sure if I actually mentioned it. My main concern was possible endometriosis, dysmenorrhea, and possible like gastrointestinal pain, inflammation. So it was not that nothing worked. It was that nothing worked for me.
Right. Right. Okay.
I wasn't sure. The lack of diagnosis, lack of research, just didn't work out for me. But people kept trying, and
Right.
we kept trying, and that's when we stumbled upon DXN through
Right.
my mum's friend.
So, Auntie Yogesh.
Auntie
Madam
Yogesh.
Yogesh.
Yes, yeah,
Auntie Yogesh. I'm going to call her Auntie from today. So she's your mom's friend.
Yes, my mum's friend from kindergarten. They're
Oh,
childhood
wow.
friends. They
Right.
were,
Right.
yeah.
Okay. And she found out that you had this problem.
Yeah, my mom was trying to get help from, she is obviously reaching out to a lot of people. She's trying to get help from a lot of people. And we'd had prior knowledge of DXN. We knew about DXN and we had a membership and we wanted to, it's just that during COVID and as time went, some obstacles had prevented us from thinking of that.
So your mom was actually a member already.
Yeah, mum was a
Right. Okay.
Ma she got up to, I'm pretty sure it's called diamond membership. Yeah.
Right.
And she was very well versed in DXN products, but when it comes to treating an illness specifically, that's a risk. You want to get to know about it more. So when she contacted Yogeswari, she is an Ayurvedic practitioner. She had she wanted to get an idea about it. She talked to me for hours.
Sorry. I
Yeah.
just want to tell
Yeah.
those viewers out there, Madam Yogesh is actually our executive crown diamond. So for those of you who have actually met her here in DXN Cyberville, she's an Ayurvedic practitioner. So let's continue.
Yes. Sorry about that. Yeah. She was willing to help to a great extent. She spent hours doing research for me, even though it was through the phone, because she is in Malaysia, I'm all the way there. And obviously Ayurvedic practitioning is not very, it's not very well known. So she took a lot of time to get to know my condition, to ask about every single crook and nanny of my body and understand what I was going through. So, and then I slowly began starting DXN products from, we ordered it obviously through DXN Australia. And we slowly got to know about what I should take. It was a matter of trying every day. Every day I'd slowly ease into the products and I started a schedule, a routine of what I take.
Oh, what product did you start with, and what are the DXN products you took?
I obviously, because I had quite a severe illness, I took quite a few products as medication to help my body, even though it is medication in a way. It was what saved me in my words. So I began with DXN Morenzyme the enzymes, because I mixed that with a drink and I had Androgy and Hong tea for pain relief. And I slowly eased into beginning that. As time went, I saw differences in my body, I saw differences in my cycle, and I saw different positive differences to start with.
How long was that from the time that you took and you started to feel difference, positive difference?
It was, I can't say it's immediate because practically no human body is going to have an immediate reaction. it took around maybe the first differences I realized maybe 2 weeks, 1 to 2 weeks. Started getting a few differences. Started my pain was getting much less. I was able to walk around a little bit. I
Right.
could stand easily. I was functioning a bit better. And then I continued the medicine. I would alter my doses based on what I needed at the time. And obviously, Dr. Yogesh, she called every day. She gets a call every day and understand my condition every day. And she'd ask for updates to see, because every human body is different. You don't know how each product is going to be. Even though there's intentions, I believe that it intended very well for me, did very good for me. But she wanted to get to know how I was feeling different, how I was going with my everyday schedule, and how DXN was altering my life. And as time went, I began taking like heavier doses, and I began, rather than heavier doses, I just, because there wasn't too much of a limit, it was just how much I needed. I started also taking cordypine, Frusin, Ruchilium, and Ganoderma. Ganoderma mainly because of my nausea and mainly for my
The RGGO.
sorry, it's Ganocelium. That one. I took Ganocelium. It was easy to consume for me because I had a very altered diet. I couldn't eat properly. So during that time, consuming DXN was a much more easier way to get myself on a paced diet, to get myself at a healthier state. Because I was Morinzyme, cordypine, and frusim, as you know, you can consume it. You mix it with water, you drink it, and then it was so much easier for me to have, and it was so much more efficient for me because I was, as you know, I was not in a very normal state. And I continued those medicines, and during my school holiday, I started those because obviously I wasn't sure how my body would react. Luckily, my body really reacted positively. I started getting less nausea. My pain was completely gone. Not completely gone, I'd say it was reducing very well, reducing at a very good pace. I wasn't facing the same vomiting. I had regular diet, getting appetite. I was gaining weight again.
Right.
Gaining weight again, which obviously my dad was very happy about because he struggled to just look at me and not want to do the best for me. He wanted to do only what would benefit me. And taking these products, they were for the benefit because I mainly was going towards abdominal pain and my appetite and everything like that. I only had a positive experience from these, and it wasn't immediate. I slowly got to the point where I could go to school regularly. I could meet everyone like on a daily basis. I could even take public transport to school. I wasn't getting driven to school anymore. I could walk. I could walk from the bus stop to school.
And how long was this? I mean, like after how many months?
After like
that you
7
could
months.
actually go out.
After 7 months, maybe 7 or 8 months that I started. I started DXN products in around July, August, and around by end of August, mid August, I started having so much. I was improving a lot more that I could go out without having to worry about the pain I'm feeling. I could go to school.
We are in December right now,
Yes.
so I'm actually looking at the new Nitya,
Yes,
the
you
new
are.
version of Nitya.
Yes, you are.
You know, when you see the light at the end of the tunnel,
Yeah.
I'm sure you had that feeling.
Yes, definitely. I definitely did.
What did you? How do you feel?
I felt like it was quite unbelievable. I never expected that I'd get to that state. It was from a point I couldn't go to school on a daily basis till writing my exams successfully. I go by myself. Well, my mom drops me. I go, write the exam successfully, come back, no pain. And I couldn't sit for an hour without pain before. I couldn't stay in the same position. I was bedridden almost. And it was mind blowing that I was the same person. I was Nitya
Back
again.
to-
I was
right,
Nitya again.
Right.
I was I was like every other person again. I was seeing people, I was seeing my friends, everyone that I just text or call. After 7 months, I was seeing them in person.
How did your parents, your family reacted since you have recovered?
they,
How
were-
did they
they were
feel?
over the moon. They were so happy about it. They didn't have to worry too much. Obviously, my parents, being parents, they still worry every day. They still ask every day how I am, and I feel so happy that I can tell them I'm completely fine. I can do whatever I want. I can go to school on a daily basis. I can write my exams normally. I can meet my teachers. I can do extra work. I can study with my friends. I can function like every other 18-year-old can.
How did your dad react? Because I was talking to him before we had this podcast.
He was
Within I think 1 or 2 minutes I was talking to him, he was very emotional. How did he felt?
he was he definitely cried without telling me. He
Right,
was
right.
completely
That's what fathers do.
yes, yeah. After surrounding everything around me, finally seeing me be me again.
Mm, mm.
He was I was so happy to see my dad smile every
Right,
day
right.
again. I went through, it was more than just the pain of my health. It was a pain of seeing my family struggle and feel they went through a lot. They went through a lot of distress and they went through a lot of depression because of me. Seeing my dad smile after seeing me again, I can run around, walk, and do whatever I want, and he doesn't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
He was over the moon, and I'm even happy as well.
As a father, I've got an 18-year-old daughter,
Oh, really?
and I actually understand how, as a parents, how we feel. And as a teenager, as an 18-year-old girl, uh, the struggle that you actually go through, it ain't easy because a lot of hurdles that you actually go through, a lot of challenges.
Yeah.
You're actually upcoming and growing,
Yeah.
and this is not the time for you to
Yeah.
be at home and stay around.
It's becoming a different person, and
Correct.
it was just a very big obstacle.
I'm sure you've actually inspired many people out there, and in fact, the viewers that actually is watching this podcast today.
I hope.
Is there any a few words that you want to tell the people out there? How do you want to inspire them, and how?
Sure.
Word from you.
I want anyone watching this, to know that it's okay to go over the stigma around women's health and Ayurvedic practicing and natural medicine. I've improved so much in my health. I've become a different person, and I feel like there's so much stigma and there's so much hurdles towards being healthy and going and actually meeting a practitioner as a woman. So there should be a transparency, to practice transparency in yourself, to practice prioritizing yourself. Don't worry about what the world says. Just do what you want and go for what you think will work for you. Stigma, whatever, who cares what society says? Live the way you want and consider whatever pathway comes across you, whatever opportunity you're blessed to see. I say you take it, because I took it and now I'm a different person.
Yeah, live the way you want.
Yes.
And not to forget DXN products as well.
Yes.
So because I've been traveling quite a bit recently. We meet a lot of people, and they do share a lot of testimonies. So DXN is all about testimonies, because it's their personal, like you say. Because I asked you a question, how long it took you. Why I actually asked this question is because a lot of people think that today they take the product, tomorrow they're healthy.
That's not practical.
That's not going to happen.
That's not practical.
Especially with natural products.
Yeah.
It will take time. It also depends on what you consume, what you're going to eat, your lifestyle, how and stuff like that. So again, I'm telling the audience out there, this is a real testimony. And I just want to do something which I've not done in any other podcast before.
Yeah.
I would like to invite Auntie Yogesh, Madam Yogesh, to just come here for a while. So this is not part of the script. This is not part of the plot. I just want to introduce Madam Yogesh. You just come and
This
stand
is
here.
the person that made me the person I am now. This is who got me to the
She's a
position
bit shy.
I'm in.
She's camera shy. Come.
It's alright.
So this is
This is
Madam
Auntie
Yogesh,
Yogesh.
Auntie Yogesh. From today onwards, I'm going to call her Auntie Yogesh. So this is the person who changed her life. and she's our executive crown diamond. She's the one who introduced DXN to Nitya, and so she's the hero.
She's the person. She's the pathway that I got, the opportunity I got to meet DXN and
Yeah.
meet natural medicine, Ayurvedic medicine. You're the pathway that I grabbed onto. Thank
Any
you.
few words?
Huh?
I'm speechless.
She's I know she'll.
I can't thank you enough. So thank you so much.
Actually, I've been trying to convince her to do a podcast with me for very long. So this is my opportunity to bring her in front of the camera and show to you who Yogesh is. And for those of you who want to know more about Ayurvedic and all the stuff, DXN, please contact this lady in black today. And I'm going to get her on my podcast soon to talk about Ayurvedic soon. So yeah, thank you very much, Madam Yogesh. So, ladies and gentlemen, Nitya, thank you so much for the inspiring story.
Thank you
It
so
was
much.
amazing. It was, I'm a bit emotional because, again, I've got my daughter who's 18 years old, and I see a lot of teenage, ladies especially.
Yeah.
With I have my utmost respect for women, and yeah, I mean, I'm sort of like speechless kind of thing. But yes, thank you so much for coming down
Thank you for
and
interviewing
giving me this opportunity to interview you. And we hope to have more testimonies, more sharing session, and we hope to do another one with you when you're down again to Malaysia.
Sure, surely.
So,
It's an honor to be here. Thank you so
but
much.
before we end, let's see if there's any comment. Okay, Dr. Bowen, so happy for you, Nitya, and thank you so much for your willingness to share your story and how
Thank
your
you.
body.
Thank you so much. Thank
Thank
you.
you,
I
Doctor.
appreciate it.
DXN Granuloma is the world's amazing product for the human. Yes, Granuloma is one of the most amazing stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching our live podcast on DXN Facebook Malaysia, and looking forward to see you again in our next video. Signing off, DG. By the way, a lot of you know DG as my full name. My full name is Daruna Ganesh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not the mobile phone DG. I'm using Maxis, and I've actually come up with my own abbreviation for D and G. D is dream, G is gratitude. So have lots of dream big, and have a lot of gratitude in your life. Bye.
Bye bye.